All right, y'all set?
I am set.
All right, let's go.
This place looks neat.
Yeah, it does. Happy's already bored. Oh, there's a lip there. Yeah, what's up, Matthew?
Hey, Matthew.
Just wait until you see what the pressure washer can do in Powerwash Sim 2. You think this is good? All right.
We're already 10%.
Nice. Is the second power wash sim going to have round concrete scrubbers you push around like a floor polisher? Yes.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it has the ground deal. You have a scissor lift that you can use in addition to this thing. And there are also es-
Slings.
essentially the window washer, like braces that come down off of the side of a building, except instead of being like a tray that a bunch of people can stand in, it's like a seat that you sit in.
It's like a bosun's chair.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I would assume it's a chair that a bosun sits in.
Well, it's how you transfer one person from one ship to another
Ah,
via a chair that you pull across on a line.
that makes sense.
So yeah. But yeah, basically a sling-like thing that you hang from.
Yeah, but if you look in the trailer that for that sling, there is a big framework that's set up behind, like, or over and across the top of the building that supports
Ah,
the chair.
I didn't notice that.
So I'm assuming that's going to be like a late game item that you have to unlock. 'Cause that's probably going to
Okay.
be like, here's the really big jobs. We'll give you this chair that you have to buy.
Are you on the roof?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm still doing the carport. Okay. That looks good.
The mailbox is just for aesthetics, it says.
Okay.
I get my mail redirected to my virtual reality headset, dictated to me by AI over my breakfast biomots. Information should be digested at the same time as food. What? That's one thing this game had going for it. Also, I'm allergic to paper. It's okay. That's one thing this game had going for it, is that it had the most bonkers storylines.
Yeah.
You're just like, what the hell is this game even talking about? And they were proud of that, dude. They loved it. It made it more interesting because you're just like, as you're watching this building or whatever, you're getting these text messages, and you're just like, what? What?
What? What the hell?
But yeah, Matthew, in addition to all those new tools, you can be guaranteed that the jobs are going to get way more complicated. Because they're like, well, we gave you a scissor lift and a sling seat, so good luck.
Yeah. So you're going to have to need them at some point.
But just like the first one, if you have to have a tool in order to complete the job, they'll give it to you for free in the job. Like they're not gonna, like this one. It came with this, what is this called? This scaffolding thing. If we hadn't unlocked the scaffolding and we did this job, you would be physically unable to do the job. So the game's just like, here's scaffolding, which is nice. Because maybe you didn't spend any money at all. Or maybe you
Yeah, and
spent
it seems to me that at first this game you had to spend money,
Yeah,
wasn't it,
yeah.
to get your newer equipment. But I guess once you've got it for good.
Pretty much. Which is nice.
Yeah.
In multiplayer, however, the uh, the the clients, the guests in the multiplayer game, they can't buy anything. I had to buy everything. So when we started this out, Mom had to wait for me to buy an upgraded spray gun before she could use it.
Yeah.
Which I guess is fair, because it would be kind of unfair if we could both store money and unlock really high level stuff really fast.
Well, as long as you couldn't share the money, it wouldn't be an advantage.
I guess you're right. I have to admit, though, the game looks really good.
Yeah.
They've definitely made some graphical upgrades. Ooh. We're 1/3 complete.
I think this is just the exterior of this house.
Oh, 100%. I think there's only ever been one map where we did an interior, and that was the alien pyramid thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we've ever
No,
done.
now we Squidward.
Oh yeah, SpongeBob map. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we had to do the inside of Squidward's house.
No, that was Patrick's, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
it
Well, I
was
don't
it.
know my squid from my Patrick.
I don't either, honestly. I just know because, well, whatever. People are gonna be like, "Oh my God, you watch SpongeBob?" No. SpongeBob was really big when I was in high school and college. It was a little young for me at the time.
Yeah, you were into much heavier stuff than SpongeBob at that point.
You're not sure how many people would want to use a pressure washer to wash the inside of their homes? I mean, it could be an abandoned home, like
Or a hoarder home. Can you imagine? A pressure washer would come in handy. They need a pressure washer in Viscera.
let's see, man. They did say they added a couple new tools. They just didn't want to say what they were yet. So maybe they added a pressure washer.
That would be interesting.
Tomorrow, me and the boys are playing that space game again
Cool.
because they extended the demo for one more week.
Are they going to come out with it immediately, or is it going to be a while?
No, I think they still have some stuff they want to do. They just wanted to have a demo out now to like test player feedback and see how people played the game and see how they're going to adjust things and whatnot.
Yeah. Find any bugs that are in there. And
Yeah. But no, I don't think the game is scheduled to come out until early next year. So it's like 6 to 9 months away, I would guess.
bummer.
Well, there is another game that's very similar to it that is already out. So when this one goes away, we're just going to switch over to that one. The only downside is that game doesn't have ground-based combat. You can't jump onto an enemy ship and take it over. It's all space combat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little more limited, but it's something. In addition to being a tech creator, I am also a brand energizer. I'll give you 5 minutes of the Mind Palace on the house. Jesus. There are people that talk like this in real life. Like, they portray people like this in TV and movies and stuff, and you think they're over exaggerating it. And they are, in the aspect of, like, there's not very many people that talk like this, but there are people that talk exactly like this. And it's just as annoying for us in IT as it is for everybody watching. It's probably more annoying. Because we're trying to understand these new tools that they're making, and they're like, this is going to change the world. And then we listen to what they're talking about, and we're like, that already exists. This other company does that already. What do you mean it's going to change the world? Yeah, but they don't do it like we do it.
It's just going to change their world.
Yeah.
I am working solely on the first floor, by the way.
Okay. Well, the third floor is much smaller than the second, so I should have the third floor done pretty soon. And then I'll start working on the second floor and coming downwards.
I'm about probably halfway done with the first floor.
I would estimate I am over halfway done with the third. So we'll probably meet somewhere on the second floor.
Yeah. I hope they fix the proximity problem in the
What do you
new
mean?
game. The one where you can't clean something if you're too close to it.
Oh, I got you.
I mean, that just doesn't make sense. If you're
Well,
closer, you should be able to get it cleaner.
it kind of makes sense because you're holding this, like, huge machine. But
Well, I guess, but
it's definitely a big annoyance, that's for sure.
you know, it's interesting though that when we first started playing this, you didn't ding until you actually had gotten everything. And sometimes you had to go looking for that one little spot that you missed.
Yep.
And now it seems like you get like 90% of it done and it already has dinged on you.
Yeah, that's both a plus and a minus.
Yeah.
I wish they'd give you the option or like let you tweak how much percentage is required for it to complete.
Yeah.
Like 90% seems like a little too little because sometimes there'll still be a huge area of darkness of black there that you can see. You can
Right.
clearly see it and you're like it dings anyway and cleans it. And you're like,
Wait a minute, I hadn't gotten to that yet.
yeah. Like, it'd be nice if you could tweak it to like 98%. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go back and get those little tiny dots that I missed, but happy left me, you guys. Seems like it's every day with her.
She'll be back.
We'll see. Okay. Does the game say what pressure your washer is at? Yes. Also, no. I think it's just maximum pressure.
But it's different according to which nozzle you're using
Yeah.
and which gun you're using, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's a pressure thing. That's a resistance thing, I guess.
Well, the gun would be a different pressure, but the nozzle would be a different resistance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the nozzles spray harder or less hard based off of the surface area that they clean. So like the smaller area is because it's forcing the water out of a smaller hole. So the
Yeah.
water is going to be a lot stronger. That's why the yellow is really good because it covers a decent size and it still allows a good amount of pressure. All right, that's done. Okay, I can't get the back of the third floor, but start working on the roof. Ceiling, I guess. The different nozzles are 40, 25, 15, and 0. I think so. And then there's a triple.
Triple-headed nozzle. Yeah.
Yeah, then there's a triple head. There's also a turbo nozzle, which spins. It's 0 degrees, but spins in a circle. So, like, you get this. I don't know that
But
this
I
trip.
never use anything but the yellow, really.
Yeah, I'll rarely use the triple nowadays because it just. Sometimes, if you don't use it at the correct distance, it misses stuff in between the nozzles. And then
Yeah,
it's more of a pain in the ass to go back.
agreed. But yeah, if power washing was this easy in real life, I'd have the cleanest house in town.
Truth. Yeah, if power washing was this easy in real life, I would be doing it as a job. You have one of those? I'm assuming you mean one of the rotating ones, not a triple nozzle. The triple nozzle doesn't really make a lot of sense because it's 3 0-degree spray nozzles, but they all three have the same pressure. Whereas in real life, it would be a triple nozzle that has 1/3 the pressure of a normal 0-degree nozzle. Because you're just taking the same amount of water and pushing it out 3 holes.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I'm not going to complain because I use it sometimes and I like it. I don't want them to take it away. Speaking of which, this guy's talking about like embracing the future and you have to do this to succeed and all this crap. And speaking of which, I opened up Google today to like search for something, and Google was like interrupted my ability to use its product and started being like, do you want Google to enable Google AI so that we can take over all features of Google and use our AI functionality? And I was like, no, I want your AI to burn in hell. Get out of here with this. If you turn this shit on, the first thing I'm going to do is look on how to turn it back off again.
Technology can get weird.
This is the first time I've actually seen a piece of technology that I've actively wanted to go away. Because it is just inherently worse. than what is already available.
I have an Alexa sitting on my desk here,
Yep.
and she'll just randomly start talking.
Ugh.
And I haven't said anything to her or that she could interpret in any way, but she just randomly starts talking. Which can be very unnerving if you're in another room and suddenly you hear a voice.
Yes, exactly.
Especially at night. Going, who the hell's in my house?
There's got to be a
Oh,
way to
it's
tell that thing to
you.
go to sleep.
You'd think so. I'm sure there is. I just don't know it. Oh, I was going to ask you, those Wi-Fi extenders you got for me,
Yeah.
do they have to be like programmed or something like that?
I mean, they have to be configured, yeah. But if you have the exact same wireless router that you had in Arkansas, they should just work.
Well, I don't. That's the problem.
Oh, well then yes, you will have to reconfigure them.
I have no idea how to do that. Maybe
Uh,
Chris does.
yeah, I was like, my brother should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
They're not that complicated. They're
Well,
essentially you log. They have their own like Wi-Fi that has its own password that he can look it up on Google and figure out how to log into it. And then all it has is like, hey, I see a bunch of Wi-Fi's. Do you want me to extend one of these? And you say yes, and you type in the password, and it goes, okay, cool, I'm in. Move me where you want me.
well, I noticed that you had written something on one of the boxes because I had the original boxes.
Well, I don't know what I
And I
wrote.
thought, well, it's a bunch of numbers. And I thought, I'm sure that means something, but it doesn't mean anything to me.
He would know what
But
it meant if he looked at it. He would probably be able to recognize it, or at the very least, you can take a picture of the box and send it to me and be like, what does this mean?
yeah. Well, when they hooked up my Wi Fi,
Yep.
it's a combination modem and router.
Okay.
It's one unit.
Okay. I don't like
So,
those, but okay. They're not terrible. I
yeah.
just don't like them.
Yeah. It's AT&T.
Yeah. It's limiting is all. That's the first thing I do when one of my customers contacts me and they have AT&T and they're like, we need to do this, that, and the other with AT&T. And I'm like, okay, pick up the phone, call AT&T, tell them to turn off the router. And we're going to plug in our own router and then we'll control it. And AT&T never wants to do it. Every time we get them on
Well,
the phone, they're like, that's a bad idea. And I'm like, dude, I am their IT vendor. Turn it off. Well, okay, but I bet you anything y'all are going to call back in a couple days and turn it back on again. I'm like, I bet you we're not.
well, I've noticed that my my strength of the Wi-Fi does not seem to be anywhere near as good as it used to be.
I'm not
Uh,
surprised.
but some of that is, the configuration of the extenders and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just don't think it's as strong. And this is fiber optic. It's buried in the backyard.
Should be. You should have good internet speeds then.
Well, I would think so. But I can for instance, I could pull you up on my phone right here in the computer room and be watching Twitch on my phone.
Yeah.
But if I walk into my kitchen, it shuts off. Well, it doesn't shut off, but you
It
know,
goes to crap.
yeah, it goes to crap. I can't watch it.
Okay. Yeah,
And that
that's
that shouldn't be.
where is your okay, you don't have to tell me like specifics, but like your router right now, it's in your computer room
Yes, right behind my monitors.
and is your desktop computer physically plugged into that router for internet?
Hell if I know. I assume it is.
Okay. Well, if it isn't, it should be. Because there's no reason to run Wi-Fi if your computer is sitting right there. That's a common thing I see a lot of times is a lot of internet providers nowadays will hook everything up via Wi-Fi, and I'm like, but the thing is sitting 2 feet over. Plug it in.
Well,
Plugging in is always better than Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a convenience.
your brother set up the computer
Okay.
for me, but AT&T set up the router thing.
Okay. Well,
So I don't know what's going on right now. I can
okay.
have him check it.
Well, basically, your desktop computer should be hardwired into the AT&T equipment. And I think he would probably do that. But if he didn't, if he hooked you up with Wi-Fi, just tell him like I want to be hardwired because I'll get a better connection that way.
Well, yeah, the Wi-Fi went in after the computer did.
Well, still,
Yeah.
that doesn't really matter. It could still be wrong. But yeah, regardless, the Wi-Fi extenders, like, you can hook it up, configure it to work on AT&T, and then move the extender halfway between where you are and the kitchen. And then the kitchen will get better internet.
I'll have him check it out.
Okay.
He's been kind of busy since they were on vacation. He's had to catch up with all of his work.
Yeah, he was telling me he had a couple of big things he was working on without going into
Yeah.
detail, obviously.
Well, he has to go to court and testify sometimes, and that is a lot of hassle.
Oh, yeah, because fucking
What
that
is
wastes your whole
this?
day. You know?
There's a, yeah, basically. There's a bucket sitting out in the yard for some reason. Don't know
Well,
why.
don't kick it.
I'm not going to kick the bucket. Not anytime soon.
Good.
Okay, well, 76%.
Yep.
We're doing something right.
Happy's back, chat. She didn't leave me after all.
See, I told you.
Time.
Not this time, you said?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You better behave yourself.
I don't know why you're saying that to me.
Now, come on. Of the two of you, who is the most likely to not be behaving himself?
Well, you said himself, so that eliminates her as an option, so that would be me.
The dwarf is not pulling his weight.
You don't think standing on the rail is OSHA approved? Who said we were in the United States? Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
There may not be an OSHA here.
Okay, that's the second floor.
Conversely, future people will need an element of tradition in their lives, and that will be you. Are you saying I'm old? They'll need to know that when they hire you, they're getting a slice of human pie. You?
Pie.
Oh yeah, pie. Yum. But human pie. Ooh.
Yeah.
Partners in grime. Oh my god, that's smart. I like that one. Mom and I are partners in grime.
Yeah.
That applies to this game and Viscera.
It does. And sometimes it's 7 Days to Die.
That too. A business called Palace Cleaners is aspirational and can charge 5 times for a prestige fee. No.
Are you still on the 3rd floor?
No, I'm on the 2nd floor balcony at the moment.
Okay.
I was
I've been
not.
cleaning the
Go ahead.
I've been cleaning the exterior of the 2nd floor
Okay.
as best I can.
I was gonna say the 3rd floor is not 100% complete because I could not clean the exterior easily from up here.
Yeah.
But the interior part is all done.
Well, I've got an extended nozzle, but not the extra long extended nozzle.
Ah,
So I'm doing what I can with this before I try to change it.
I was about to say you should have it as an option, but you meant like currently equipped.
Yeah,
Okay,
currently
gotcha.
equipped.
There's that. Are you on the second floor, or are you still down below?
No, I'm down on ground level, aiming up.
Okay.
Because the part that I'm doing, there is no way to be on the second level and do it.
Gotcha.
Some of this we're going to have to use the ladder or the scaffolding to get to.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like the upper side of a lip that I can't reach. Okay, that's all done. That's all done. That's all done. Okay, go to the back again. Check the back. The back of the, or the, you, blah, blah, blah. If you can come out on the second floor back balcony, it is very dirty.
One like back here. Look up. You keep moving.
Jump. Yeah, I see you. No, I'm meaning over there. Is there any way for you to get up there without the scaffolding? I don't think so. I think you're going to have to use the scaffolding.
Probably. I'm almost done with the stuff I'm working on, and I'll come over there and take a look at it. Where are you?
I'm on the scaffolding right now.
So you're talking behind this.
Yes.
I can't get back there. So
Yeah, you'll need the scaffolding for that.
Now that I can get to. I can get up here. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I can do from here.
All right, we're going to have to move the scaffolding. No, that's not where I want it.
Oh, I see. I might be able to get there, actually. Let me try.
Well, the scaffolding's in place now. You can probably get it from there.
Oh,
But you see what I was talking about?
yeah. Put an extension on mine as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh, hey.
All right, now you can finish that part. Let me go find where else needs to be done. Okay. Everything's done on this side.
There was some glass over there that I couldn't get clean that said it was still dirty. And I think it was the bottom of the upper lip, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
So you'll need the scaffolding to get up so that you can spray down onto it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're at 98.